Hi BRI, my name is Emma Moulton and I am a daughter of Lynn Moulton, the lovely evaluator. I have been tasked with developing a word guide to support your work as evaluators and grant writers. Today we will be going through the most important parts of the word guide, which you will receive at the conclusion of this training. A little cheat sheet with steps and photos in case you need a refresher. There are multiple ways to do things in Word and I have not provided every way possible, so this guide is for you to use as a reference to support what you already know. I have also been asked to emphasize the introductory pages of the writing guide. This better explains what the content reviewer and editorial reviewer are looking for. This Word training is here to support your understanding of Word so you can produce the best draft possible before asking for reviews. With that in mind, let's get started. Please start by opening up a blank Word document and saving it with the file name BRI WORD Practice, like I have done above. The first thing we're going to be doing today is inserting page numbers. To do so, you want to go to the Insert tab up here, to the Header and Footer section, Page Number, bottom of page, hit plain number 3. And you want to make sure that this font matches the rest of your document, so make sure to change it to Times New Roman, font size 12, and you can click out of the footer. Next, we're going to be inserting a header. So headers and footers are going to stay the same on all pages in a document. Headers on the top and a footer is the bottom. So this is where information like grant numbers, schools, or dates can go. For now, we will be inserting your name on the left and BRI Word Practice on the right. So to do so, again, you want to go to the Insert tab, Header, and then you want blank. So we want your name over here. So I'm going to put Emma Moulton. I'm going to navigate to the left, and I'm going to say BRI Word Practice. And again, you want your formatting to match throughout the document. So make sure to change that to Times New Roman, font size 12. So once you're done with that, you just click out of it and you're good to go. To keep our document organized, we will next be adding headings. And the text underneath that heading will remain with that heading. There are lots of ways to insert a heading, and I go over them more in the packet. However, today, we'll be inserting them one way. To view all your headings and subheadings, you first need to view the navigation page by going to the View tab and checking the navigation pane box. 3. One called Executive Summary. Once you're in the navigation pane, you can begin typing your different headings. Today we're going to be having 3. The first one called Executive Summary. The next one, Project Excerpt. And lastly, Evaluation Findings. So when you type them originally, they don't show up as headings, but you can simply highlight them, go to the Home tab, heading 1, and then to keep Times New Roman consistent, we're going to change the font. So the font's the same throughout the entire document. We're now going to be copying and pasting text under the Project Excerpt section. In the sample text document, please copy and paste the very first section of the Harry Potter. It starts with Hagrid and ends with House Common Room. This is an example of a normal copy and paste where you copy a whole section at once. Next, under the top section, Executive Summary, we are going to be copying and pasting 3 different samples of text. There are 3 highlighted sections, so go through and control copy each one separately. Do not paste them in between. Once you have pressed Control C in either one, if you move back to the Executive Summary section, we're going to then paste everything you just copied. First, you have to view the clipboard. So go to the Home tab, Clipboard, and launch this dialog box launcher. And we can now close out of the navigation. Here on my clipboard, you're going to find everything you have previously copied. Now we want to paste it so it matches what's already there. So you can hit Paste, and then this little display will open up and will give you different options of how you can paste special. We would like to merge the formatting. We're going to do this for each section. So merge formatting, and then lastly, paste, and merge formatting. It's a good idea to check and make sure that it actually worked Times New Roman font size 10 matches the rest of the text throughout the document. Once we've done that, we can exit out of the clipboard. So while this document is just solely for the purpose of view, sometimes when working in a shared document, it's a good idea to leave comments for each other. To leave a comment, simply highlight the area or sentence that you'd like to leave a comment on, go to Insert, and then Comment. I'm going to say, that's a huge raindrop. And let's do one more. If your team member has left a comment on a document, you can simply reply to them. Or if it's a question and you need to resolve it, simply hit Resolve and the comment will lighten up. If you are no longer in need of comment, click on the comment, go to the Review tab, and then hit Delete, and it will delete itself from the document. We are next going to be inserting a table. So feel free to scroll down to the section Evaluation Findings and place your cursor underneath so it is included under that heading. There are many ways to insert a table, and I go over a bunch of them in the Word guide, but today we are going to be drawing one. So we would like a 5x6 table. So go ahead and insert that. And then along the top column, we're going to label it school name, then grade levels, finally school enrollment, and then lastly, targeted students. Just gotta fix that spelling error there quick. Next, we are going to be working on merge and split cells. To do so, highlight targeted students, and then proceed to the Layout tab, which is one of two new tabs that appears. Then go to this merge area, split cells, and we would like 2 columns and only 2 rows. As you can see, it has added 2 basically subheading cells underneath targeted students. Then, to make targeted students the top one, highlight it and simply merge cells, and we will then center it. You should then finish filling out the table as shown on the sample text document. Remember to include the bold words and center the text within each column. I'm now going to take a second to do that myself, so feel free to follow along. Then I'm going to bold all the top by highlighting it, Home tab, bold. And then to center the text, you can highlight it all. Maneuver back to the Layout tab. We would like to go in the middle. We are next going to be working with the Find and Replace feature. So this feature allows you to find specific words throughout your document, This might be helpful if you're looking for something specific, such as the person's name, grant amounts, or if you need support looking for something specific. The Replace feature allows you to replace a word with another throughout the entire document. So this is helpful if you misspelled a word, a phrase, a teacher's name. And to get there, you're going to navigate to the Home tab and to the editing section. And we're going to be replacing words today, so you can go ahead and open up Replace. However, it does open up the options to do Find or just Go To. Today we are going to be replacing Harry with the word Joe. If this isn't something you want to replace all of, you can do it word by word and hit Find Next, hitting Replace as you go. However, we are going to be replacing all instances. Now back to working in a shared document, you might also find it helpful to track someone's changes. To do this, we are going to exit out of Find and Replace, then go to the Review tab, Track Changes, and simply hit it. Now, as we make changes, such as, it will be shown with all markup. You can later accept or reject changes, or you can just move through them each time the document is open, so you know what the other person has changed. As we continue editing our document, all changes will now be tracked. Sometimes, as you're working in a document, you may find that a single page needs to be different orientation than the rest. So let's pretend that page 1, where we have our executive and project excerpt, let's pretend that the executive summary and project excerpt look a lot better in the layout format. To make this page into a layout, you're going to highlight those sections, then move to the Layout tab, Orientation. We're going to open the dialog box launcher, change the paper or the orientation to landscape, and we want to apply this to just the selected text. Now, our executive summary and our comment and our changes and project excerpt are on the first page in layout format, and then our second one, evaluation findings, is in portrait. Next, we are going to be inserting bullets into the project excerpt section. So these last two sections that start with They and Welcome to Hogwarts, this is where I would like the bullets to go. And go ahead and highlight them, move to the Home tab, in Paragraph, and there's many different options depending on the formatting you would like to use. I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to use the dot. As you can see, our tracking changes is still working, because over on the right, it will display a detailed description of what you did. I'm going to scroll back up to the top of the document and complete a spelling and grammar check. This is always a good idea, as Word will look for spelling and grammar errors, starting from the location of your cursor. If Word finds an error, a navigation pane will open, and you will have a couple different options. You can ignore it. You could ignore all of the grammar and spelling errors it finds. You can add a word to the dictionary. You can change it if it's a misspelling, or you can change all to correct all the misspellings throughout the document. So let's go to the Review tab. Then, run in the Proofing section, we have Check Document. On the right, your little editor will open, and it looks like we have one spelling, where letter is spelled incorrectly. And we have two grammar, where first years, I'm going to ignore that one. And the next is his name. Does his name. I'm going to ignore that one as well. And our spelling and grammar check is now complete. Lastly, we are going to be using the Format Painter tool. The Format Painter tool is located under the Home tab, and it will copy and paste the format of your text to another area of text. Scroll down to the bottom of the document underneath Evaluation Findings, and here we are going to be making the format that we copy and paste everywhere else. Normally this is helpful if you need the whole document to be Times New Roman 10 and you pasted font in and forgot to paste special. However, we can do a fun one for right now. We're going to make it Arial and let's make it purple. Now, if we double click the Format Painter and we scroll back up to the top, we can highlight everything under Executive Summary and we'll copy and paste that formatting. And that's a wrap on the Word Guide tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed it and learned a little bit. And remember that the Word Guide packet will definitely support you in your work. Thanks, and good luck to you. Bye.